Yeah, okay.
Okay, so let's all pray to whatever gods that you guys pray to. I don't know if you're
Oh,
religious or
our
not.
pro is here. Oh no, he's not. He just
I'll
messaged me.
I'll
Okay.
pray to Bisu. Bisu, please let GTR random something other than Terran. Yours sincerely, Hyante. All right, I'm done. You guys ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
All right, let's go. So, here's
Enjoying how
hoping.
much more competent your English has become over time.
Here's hoping.
How much what did it become?
How much more
Yes.
confident your English is.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm really not in the
so
mood to judge such things because it's 2:30 in the morning, so yeah, I'm getting
Pholon
tired.
is the white town on the right hand side, and GTR is the blue Protoss on the left hand side. The map is Heartbreaker Ridge.
Alrighties, and GTR spamming about 650 APM, very impressive. Of course, spamming not really a good indicator of skill. Pholon only up about 350, so obviously that means that GTR is of course twice as good as Pholon. Uh, these guys mentioning the game, so this looks like it was one of the first games played. So they obviously didn't realize the pain they were going to cause us, but I mean that's not their fault. Maybe it is. I don't know. It really depends on how good they are at time traveling and, and manipulation of quantum mechanics. Depot going down for Pholon, so no early barracks play. We'll have to see what GTR's style
Sad.
is here in Protoss. Because we haven't seen him play Protoss yet, right?
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
I think
And you've been saying that Protoss is supposed to be his best, so
I
I'm
say,
looking forward to
it's gonna
that.
look pretty silly if it's not.
538 has a really interesting point when he says that GTR's MO seems to be to play safe and play standard in every matchup. So I'll be really curious to see if his Protoss works out the same way, or if it's, uniquely aggressive.
Alright, we have 11 gas, 11 racks, cutting a couple of SCVs there just to get those out earlier. Gonna go for a quick factory, probably an FD, I would say, at this point. That would be my guess, but it's always hard to tell with Terrans. Basically, the thing with an FD is that it will usually come down when the factory will go down before the second depot, whereas with something like a Siege Expand, the second depot comes before the factory, and you get it a little bit later, but you get more SCVs. I could be wrong though. I'm not particularly good at calling TVP builds. I tend to scout them. How did Torenhire get on band? Get out, son. Alright.
Whoa, whoa. Are you not letting Torenhire in his own
No.
tournament?
No.
Wow.
When he learns to be polite with his game ordering, that's when he'll get in. Alright, so... Yeah, look, see, the factory comes down before the second depot. And in the meantime, GTR going 2 gate. It's not a 10-15 gate though. Is it? No, it's not, because he got a second pylon earlier. So it's basically like a failed 10-15 gate, because he stopped SCV production. Probe production, Jesus. So, once again, okay, so... Did you watch much of the Gem League Cast 538?
Yeah, I tried catching the
Did
games.
you see the game
But
where...
I'm not sure what are you referencing.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you remember the game where Tupacalypse was on... Might have been Bloodbath? And he went for like a
think it was
10-15
Bloodbath.
gate, but instead he got a second pylon and but still cut probes and then got a
So-
second gateway, and it was just wrong. Like he did, 10-15 gate, right? It's pretty simple. 10
Yeah,
gateway, 11 gas, 13 core, 15 gateway, goon, range, pylon. It's all mapped out. And he fucked it up, and he did the 10-15 wrong. And once again, GTR is doing the exact same thing. I'm gonna say unintentionally, because I think if you're gonna do a 10-15, you just go do it all out. If you're not gonna do a 10-15, do a standard, 2-gate goon build where you don't cut probes. Don't do some in between pussyfoot. Oh, I'm kind of cutting probes, but I'm kind of not, because I don't know what I'm really doing. That's just a terrible thing to do.
Yeah, also the fact that he tried to manor pylon that factory has kind of backfired, because that pylon finished and he had some extra supply, but now his supply blocked at 25, so Not quite what you want when you have 2 gates.
Hilariously, Pholon
So-
getting a medic.
Your
What?
range is done, but
But this is
I
most
can't think
unusual.
he's
A
got
medic
Marine.
with 1 barracks. It's a medic marine tank. So I said FD, but Pholon, instead of getting portable nukes, instead got a healer for some of his units. I don't know if I like this. And by I don't like this, I mean it's terrible. It's really bad. This is just not how you play TVP. And Pholon needs to learn to play. I'll call it how it is.
What's interesting, the medic is healing the SCV, and the SCV is repairing the tank, and he has no Marines there.
It's the
But he's chased him up.
circle of life. More dragoons coming in. Is siege mode done? I don't think it is, right? Has he even upgraded anything? So starting mines now. If he doesn't have siege mode, he is just gonna die if GTR. But then, okay, I was gonna say he's gonna die, but then GTR probably won't attack. So I will have eaten my words. So I'll just wait and watch GTR not attack for a while, and then eventually mines will get up, and this game will somehow go beyond the 2-minute mark for whatever reason. A reason that I am not aware of. But here he comes. He has 2 medics and 2 marines. That's, I mean, it's probably a good party for them, but in terms of combat effectiveness, not that great. And now it's actually still 2-on-2. Alright. And dragoons busting in the front and failing pretty badly. Probably should just put a couple of goons on this top ramp so that he can't hold in the ramp there. Kind of GTR getting a little bit ahead of himself there.
There he goes. And the first of the mines come out.
So basically, as I said, this game would extend beyond this point for whatever reason, and mines will finish. So, yay for us!
And he's repairing the tanks again, so... Yeah, my goodness.
Pholon microed quite well there, I'll give him that.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But his build is terrible, so, yeah.
No, my medic marine tank is completely reasonable.
In the meantime, GTR just taking double expand, getting a robo and obs, which should be out soon. And once the obs come out, I mean, Pholon really needs to get siege mode, but he doesn't have siege mode, and I don't understand why. Yeah, I don't.
Maybe he wants to get firebats.
What's that?
Maybe he wants to get firebats. Like he's gone for it.
Maybe.
And the mech bio composition, why not?
He's not really building anything else out of the barracks so now. Seems like he only wanted to get those to help protect his tanks, I guess. I mean, technically, Medic Marine is good against goons, but in small numbers, it's really not, and it's not worth the upgrades. Like, he really needs stim and the range, and he's... I don't know if he has them. I wasn't actually paying attention. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have stim though, and it's just not worth it. Really, it's just not worth it at all. Like, stim Marines will tear through them, but not like this. And GTR should be able to stop this from going. Until siege mode is done, there is no way that Pholon is going to be able to land that command center in its natural. And the economic advantage for GTR is just going to start spiraling out of control. How do you play TVP? I mean PVT 538. Do you go for a quick third base, or do you tend to tech up off 2 bases?
Well, I usually just try to macro up and then lose. That's my standard PVT.
Yeah, pretty much the same, yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, that's easily my worst matchup, which is a bit of a disgrace for a Protoss, but that's how it is.
It's a tricky matchup to play, especially with the current builds that the Terrans use, because if you try to be aggressive, you tend to just kind of die, and then but you can also just die if you try to be greedy. So it's really a balancing act, because it's very easy. Like, see what GTR has done here, essentially taking these 2 quick bases, and he's getting a Reaver out to defend it, right? And he has fuck all goons. If Pholon had just dropped a quick, couple of extra factories and gone out for a really quick after CC push, it can be really, really tough to defend, especially if you accidentally lose the Reaver, miss-micro it, or just don't get the Reaver at all and just skip it in favor of obs. It can leave you extremely vulnerable. But the Korean way is to get the Reaver, and faithfully GTR is doing it the Korean way. Myself, I tend to just be like, well, I can't micro shit, so I don't get the Reavers. But it tends to fuck me up, so yeah.
Have you considered learning to micro?
No.
Not
No,
worth
it would
it.
be a wasted effort. I'm quite sure that I will never be able to micro. Anyway, I have Dota to play, god. And second Reaver actually coming out for GTR here, so he's really going into these Reavers. A lot of times the Protoss will just take the Reaver, do a bit of harass with it, and if they can save it, they can. If not, they've just delayed the turn. And if the turn does do an early push, then they have the Reaver there to help, delay it and get rid of that push. And use it as like a, a bit of a shuttle bomb, but, when you bomb with a Reaver, it can be so much more deadly than when you bomb with just some Zealots. Assuming that the tank count is low, which it would be in a push like that.
GTR has been blocked, or supply blocked for an awful long time, so he's just started 3 pylons.
Fair enough. I tend to like, when I get to that point, you get that supply block, oh shit, and you just build like 8 different pylons, you're like, I'll never be supply blocked again, and then you get supply blocked like 5 minutes later, you're like, oh god.
Also, even though GTR got up a relatively fast third, there's still only 4 probes mining there, so that's weird to see.
Yeah.
You might have missed the transfer.
Macro may be slipping a little bit. There's no probes
Seems
glitching out of
oblivious
that.
to the fact as well.
Yeah, there's no probes glitching out of it. He did build a forge there as well, so he obviously must have seen it. But the shuttle with 2 Reavers flies directly over a newly completed turret, and oh my god, almost died there. That would have been devastating. If that shuttle died, losing 2 Reavers for free would have just been brutal. Pholon getting dropships of his own. Should be using them to spot the Reavers here.
Oh, Scarab's
And
go down on the
Reavers shooting down ramps is so much fun. We should just be silent and let the audience enjoy.
Oh my
Uses
god.
close Reavers start killing a single thing.
So the Reavers attempted to fire down the ramp. Instead, they crawled down the ramp, even though they were given orders to attack. And then they died. So Reavers are retarded.
Pholon's looking pretty good now.
People in chat exclaiming, "What the fuck?" No, it's pretty standard. If you play,
Yeah, that's
if
how
you play,
Reavers work.
this is why Protoss is the hard race, because of that shit. Like, it's so fucked up.
So Pholon has loaded up a drop of Marines and tanks. 6 Marines, 2 tanks, and he's coming into the back of the base. There's already 3 Dragoons there to intercept it. And
GTR's observer is tracking, yeah, so that's not going to be pretty either.
Actually, if he just drops on the near side of the base, he could be okay. He should get the whole drop down.
Unfortunately,
the goons.
3 Marines, some goons, and a Reaver will easily deal with any kind of drop shenanigans. Unless, of course, you just let the dropship go through an unloaded mineral line and kill probes, in which case... well, I guess they'll kill a couple of probes, and that'll be that. Cool. Tanks unload. Did they kill much? I didn't actually notice.
No, they didn't even get to siege.
Tank,
There's
one tank
3
has
kills on one of the tanks.
The other one has 0. 5 kills total, so he killed a couple of pros, but there's no way that harassed.
Oh, that micro!
Lol. Attempts to be
Almost,
boxer. Almost kills the shields on a cannon. Good job, Pholon. Good job. So both players being stupidly unsuccessful in their drops would have been better off. Like, people will get annoyed at people for like boring play, but I tend to just like make an army and then kill people with it, right? Like, trying to do like fancy drops and shit, well, most of the time, you're shooting yourself in the foot, you know?
Speed Shuttle has a Zealot, or 2 Zealots and a Reaver.
Where is it? Oh, there, I
This is
see it.
Pholon's main.
So, if he gets these armories here, this could be huge. He needs to target the Reaver well though. It's only really attacking one of them. He actually has to pick up here. But if you can take out the Army of a Terran, stopping those upgrades is massive. But unless Pholon lets it burn down here, he should be fine. Although GTR drops in the back,
And they
he
should
really
burn
wants to
down
get
it.
that. But I don't think he can. I think if he drops it again, it'll just explode. He needs to drop it in between the two tanks and then target the armory. That would be the only way to do it. But I don't think he's going to do that, especially with the low HP shuttle. The red shuttle, you could say. Haha, get it? Because it's red, like Carl. Yeah? Alright.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. A new green shuttle comes in with 4 zealots, but unfortunately the armories are repaired. He's like, oh, okay. And instead, bombs Pholon getting the covert ops again. So he's gonna do the 15-minute nuke push, I guess.
Apparently Heartbreak Ridge is a great map for nukes.
Or maybe he's playing too much SC2 and thinks that like the ghosts have EMP. Though I don't think Pholon plays SC2. Well, not regularly. I know he plays Reborn. Another drop going out for Pholon. A red dropship. So Joel, your mic like just broke up then.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I have to say I'm still very impressed that Pholon has managed to keep up at least the idea of drops, even though he's run 2 vultures directly to 2 reavers in the main. But no, the extent to which he's managed to stay in the game after that opening is very impressive. Like it seems like Pholon just clings and clings and clings. The covert ops kind of surprises me. Like I'm not really sure I understand where the nuke is coming from, considering how often he's been spotted by odds. Like he can't have missed the pocket damage of it everywhere.
So the problem with this game right now for Pholon is that he has like 10 tanks total, 12. Like it's just not enough tanks. As a Protoss, as a Terran, if you're moving out, you need to have either a lot of supporting units or a lot of tanks, and he has neither. He has this sort of mediocre army that really I don't see much purpose for. And if GTR is just not blind, he should be completely fine to clean this up. When it actually moves out from the nice, overpowered alcove that Terrans have here. And, yeah, GTR sees the army moving, has 2 shuttles, one with 2 Reavers, one with a Reaver and 2 Zealots. One issue with playing a Reaver style like this is what most pros don't do. See, most of them just get the 1 Reaver and then they move on to Arbiters, because Arbiters are a better tech. Getting lots of Reavers like this, basically it's a lot of supply, and it's a lot of supply that could end up doing absolutely nothing. But an Arbiter comes out, Pholon with no science vessels, not sieged up, no turrets. It's going to be really tough to do. It's going to have to scan. Scans could run out. The Reavers drop down, get off maybe 1 volley each, but they manage to do their damage. It's risky, but it's paid off here, and the bulk of Pholon's tanks have been absolutely destroyed. And GTR's on the warpath here, and hopefully he'll not back off this time.
Yeah, it's really pretty pushed by GTR. We have to give it to him, because Reavers are very often a recipe for disaster in these levels, but well, I'm not saying he microed them well, but it worked out. So
yeah, it's risky,
yeah,
but I mean when
nice,
the tanks are clumped
nice
up like that, it's nice. But if there is a bigger tank count, or the tanks are spread more evenly with proper Goliath or turret support, it can be a lot trickier to get the Reavers to do that kind of damage. But it looks like Pholon might hold on here. Has 3 tanks left in his main, and so Joel is dropping again. Somehow dropping from a replay. It's impressive stuff by Joel here. Really working the waiting for players thing to its limit. Luckily for us, this not a case of a poorly designed Battle.net, but in fact Sejolt's own badly bad internet. Poorly bad? Is that a word? That's not a word, is it? That's not a sentence, right?
It's 2 words, but it sounds fine to me. It's poorly bad.
Poorly badly bad.
But then again, that might suggest that it's actually good, which it isn't. I'm not sure.
Alright. Alright.
Anyway, I think we can finish this game without Jolt as well.
Yeah, I'm sure
Also, I
he'll
just
be
got a
back.
message that Chiante was dropped from the game, which
Yeah, I
which
got
also
that as
doesn't
well,
seem
yeah.
like.
No, I'm still here. Wait,
Oh.
I'll say hi.
How does it feel reading that? Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, no, I said that last time. Alrighties. Tanks going down, but there's still more, and this is the problem when you have just the goons left and there's tanks, and they just rape the goons. But more zealots finally come in. Probably would have been better just backing off and waiting there, but
Yeah, this is the part of the PvT game where the Terran has lost, but if he wants to, he can make the game still 15-20 minutes longer.
and he is Pholon after all, so he is actually trying to expand to the bottom right, but I think he's blocked it with a mine. So that's unfortunate for him. GTR has good scouting on the top right expansion.
Then again, since it's his own mine, he could as well attack it. Oh, and he's doing just that.
Building exit is blocked. I think that one of those SCVs are repairing, like an SCV tried to come out and was blocked. I think. But yeah, somehow all the units are cleaned up because Terran. And now GTR has to build up a whole new fucking army to actually win the game. Because Pholon isn't matter enough to GTFO. Well, that's my assessment of it. It can be really frustrating in games like this.
Well, in his defense, he doesn't know exactly what does GTR have, so...
It's a good point. He does have scan though, so there's no excuse. One of the things that I like to do when I get in situations like this against a Terran is you just ask them if they know who Fantasy is, and then they're like, you know, if they do, then you can be like, oh, well your GG timing is just like his, and usually they get mad and leave the game. So that's my advice when a Terran is getting you down like this. Also, we have an Arbiter, a full mana Arbiter, attacking a turret that's being built directly underneath it. And unfortunately for the Arbiter, the turret actually wins this race, I'm pretty sure. Yep, because the Arbiter does fuck all damage. Vulture's coming into harass the top left, but there is a Reaver there. And Reavers one-shot Vultures, so Vultures are pretty bad against them. And you'll need to get the mines off here. Nope. They also splash the mines that the Vultures make, so Reaver's a really good counter to Vultures, and that can make a sort of mass Vulture with a few tank compositions get completely destroyed. And GTR discovers the bottom right base. Unfortunately for him though, it is a Terran base, has one single building blocking and a couple of units behind it, and is therefore impenetrable.
Yeah, if only Pholon could now find out a way to move his 20-25 idle SCVs to the new base,
He
he
does
could
have
even
dropships somewhere.
put up a better fight. Was he still? I know he had one in hovering over the Protoss base, which was just killed by a Dragoon a few seconds ago, and that might have been it.
Yeah.
Oh, and an Arbiter gets shot down. Not sure if you caught that, but
I missed
GTR was trying to recall.
Yeah, he really should just recall. I think he tried to recall. I saw that Arbiter moving over before. It had very low HP.
Oh, and Pholon is indeed ferrying SCVs with dropship.
Yeah. Alright, so if you just
So he's
needs to
still
recall
very
his
active
base,
in this game.
he does
I'm
have
serious.
he has a nuke seller there as well. So does he even have a ghost? Does he even have barracks? Oh, he has.
Yes, he rebuilt his barracks just now because he needed some more factories or a ghost. I'm not sure.
There are SCVs glitching around in his base trying to get over the cliff. So we'll have to see where Pholon wants to nuke, or how he wants to. Oh, he has the inner dropship in the middle of the map. There is a ghost. Looks like he might nuke the top right expansion, left expansion, top left expansion. Although there is a recall.
Oh, and the recall might kill the nuke silo before the nuke can
It
go
has,
off. That's
yeah.
impressive. Yeah.
Poor Pholon. Builds a nuke
What a
silo
nice,
and it
what a
gets
nice
recalled.
counter to a ghost drop. Just recall and kill the nuke silo.
Obviously, and it's obviously the easiest way to do it as well. I mean, killing the ghost can be such a pain, you know, with the cloaking and stuff. You can't cloak a nuke silo, and Pholon with his nuke once again undone, as it was in the first game, calls GG and goes down 0-2 in the group. Meanwhile, GTR goes up 3-0. and therefore will be going through to the round of 16. So congratulations to him.
Indeed, congratulations to him. He has been pretty impressive, we have to say. Even if it wasn't the most entertaining playstyle, it was
It was
working.
effective.
No question about that.